Social work and disaster management. Disaster. A concept. 1. According to Disaster Management Act, 2005, India. The Disaster Management Act, 2005 defines a disaster as a catastrophe, mishap, calamity or grave occurrence in any area, arising from natural or man-made causes, or by accident or negligence, which results in substantial loss of life or human suffering or damage to, and destruction of, property or environment, and is of such a nature or magnitude as to be beyond the coping capacity of the community of the affected area. 2. According to UNISDR, now UNDRR, United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. The UNISDR defines a disaster as a serious disruption of the functioning of a community or a society involving widespread human, material, economic or environmental losses and impacts, which exceeds the ability of the affected community or society to cope using its own resources. 3. According to WHO, World Health Organization. The WHO defines a disaster as any occurrence that causes damage, ecological disruption, loss of human life, or deterioration of health and health services on a scale sufficient to warrant an extraordinary response from outside the affected community or area. B. A hazard. A hazard is a potentially damaging physical event, phenomenon, or human activity that may cause injury, loss of life, property damage, or disruption of social and economic activities. 1. Environmental hazards. Hazards resulting from environmental degradation such as deforestation, pollution, air, water, soil, climate change. 2. Geological hazards. Hazards originating from the Earth's physical processes, including earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, landslides, tsunamis. 3. Hydrometeorological hazards. These are caused by atmospheric and water-related phenomena. Floods, cyclones, droughts, heat waves, storms. 4. Technological hazards. Man-made hazards due to technological failures or accidents. Industrial explosions or fires. Chemical spills. Nuclear radiation. Transportation accidents. C. Disaster risk. Disaster risk is the potential loss of life, injury, or destroyed or damaged assets which could occur to a system, society, or a community in a specific period of time. It is commonly considered as a function of risk equals hazard times vulnerability/capacity. D. Vulnerability. Vulnerability refers to the degree to which a system or population is likely to experience harm due to exposure to hazards. 1. Physical vulnerability. Poorly constructed buildings. Location of settlements in hazard-prone areas. Lack of infrastructure. 2. Social vulnerability. Inequality and marginalization. Gender-based vulnerability. Inadequate social networks. 3. Economic vulnerability. Low income and livelihood insecurity. Lack of insurance. Dependence on single sources of income. 4. Environmental vulnerability. Degraded ecosystems. Loss of biodiversity. Overexploitation of natural resources. E. Factors affecting disaster. Several interrelated factors increase disaster risk. 1. Environmental degradation. Deforestation, pollution, and climate change increase the frequency and intensity of hazards. 2. Poverty. Poor populations lack resources to prepare for, respond to, or recover from disasters. 3. Population growth. High population density in vulnerable areas increases risk and strain on resources. 4. Transitions in social and cultural practices. Modernization can lead to the abandonment of traditional knowledge and practices that helped communities cope with disasters. 5. Rapid and unplanned urbanization. Overcrowding, poor infrastructure, and unsafe buildings in urban slums amplify disaster risk. 6. Lack of awareness and information. Limited knowledge about risks and preparedness measures reduces a community's resilience. Classification of disasters. A. Natural disasters. These are caused by natural forces without human interference. 1. Earthquake. Consequences of earthquake. A. Damage to property. B. Human loss, casualties and injuries. C. Changes in river courses. D. At tsunamis. E. Fountain of mud. 2. Floods. Causes of flood. A. Heavy rainfall. B. Sediment deposition in riverbeds. C. Deforestation. D. Cyclone. E. Interference in the natural drainage system. F. Changes in the course of the river. G. Tsunami. 3. Cloudburst. A sudden, intense rainfall over a small area causing flash floods. 4. Volcano. Eruption of molten rock, ash, and gases from beneath the Earth's crust. 5. Drought. Types of drought. A. Meteorological drought, deficiency in rainfall compared to normal. B. Agricultural drought, shortage of water affecting crop production. C. Hydrological drought, depletion of surface and groundwater resources. D. Ecological drought, stress on natural ecosystems due to water scarcity. E. Socioeconomic drought, impact on human life and economy due to prolonged water shortages. 6. Landslides. Causes of landslides. A. Heavy rain. B. Deforestation. C. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. D. Building of roads. E. Shifting cultivation. F. Construction of houses and other infrastructure. 7. Tsunami. A series of large ocean waves usually caused by undersea earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. 8. Cyclone. A large-scale air mass rotating around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure, causing strong winds, storm surges, and heavy rains. B. Man-made disasters. These are the result of human activities, negligence, or malfunctions. 1. Industrial disasters. Accidents involving chemicals, gas leaks, explosions in factories, e.g., Bhopal gas tragedy. 2. Nuclear disasters. Radiation leaks or explosions in nuclear plants, e.g., Chernobyl disaster. 3. Stampedes. Sudden rush of people in crowded places leading to injuries and death. 4. Accidents. Includes road, rail, air, and waterway accidents due to human error or technical failure. 5. Terrorism. Acts of violence and destruction intended to create fear, often politically motivated. Impact of disasters. 1. Impact on human health. Loss of life and injuries. Disasters often cause immediate death and injuries due to building collapse, drowning, fire, etc. Spread of diseases. Floods and poor sanitation can lead to outbreaks of waterborne and vector-borne diseases, e.g., cholera, malaria. Malnutrition. Droughts and crop failures result in food scarcity and undernutrition, especially in children. Disruption of health services. Damage to hospitals and health infrastructure delays medical response and treatment. 2. Economic impact of disaster. Damage to infrastructure, roads, bridges, power lines, and public buildings are often destroyed or severely damaged. Loss of livelihoods. Farmers, laborers, and small business owners face loss of income due to crop failure or destruction of workspaces. Disruption of trade and commerce. Transportation blockades, supply chain disruptions, and market closures reduce economic activity. Increased public expenditure. Governments spend heavily on relief, rehabilitation, and rebuilding efforts. Insurance and debt burden. Disasters may lead to rising claims on insurance and increased borrowing. 3. Social impact of disaster. Displacement of populations. Many people are forced to migrate due to unsafe living conditions or complete destruction of homes. Breakdown of social networks. Families and communities may get separated and support systems disrupted. Loss of education. Schools are often used as shelters or destroyed, interrupting children's education. Increased inequality. Vulnerable groups, e.g., women, children, the elderly, the poor, face more severe impacts and have fewer resources for recovery. 4. Psychological impact of disaster. Trauma and grief. Survivors may experience emotional shock, grief from loss of loved ones, and survivor's guilt. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Many individuals suffer from long-term psychological disorders due to the intense stress. Anxiety and depression, uncertainty about the future, loss of security, and financial ruin can lead to mental health issues. Behavioral changes in children. Children may develop nightmares, aggression, or regression in behavior due to the stress and fear.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in next video.